Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you on a Thursday, February the 20th. Wow, what a day we had today. This market had a massive sell-off, and then, true to form, pretty much went sideways. And to wrap it up in summary, we went from being up 1,400 today across the accounts. At one point, we were green across all accounts. And to now we are down 349 on the funded account. So I got mixed emotions. I got mixed feelings this afternoon. I definitely gave away the profits on my key level trade because I started trading the afternoon session, which was a big mistake. I also really managed the trade this morning on the hitchhiker on the 940 trade, which did trigger long, and I'm really glad I did manage that and come out with a win, because otherwise I would have had a winning trade, but it wouldn't have been a $200 winner. So that was good. The big lesson, honestly, was after the morning session, I want to say around 10:30, 11, I was green across the board. I was not up a lot on the upper 10 accounts, but I was up. And so the continuation to trade this junk in the afternoon was my undoing. And I think the mental win was I kept tilt away, although it was trying to rear its ugly head. So anyway, I'm happy that I managed to, quit when I did before it got bad, and we kept the loss to a minimum. We had a small red day instead of a big red day. So, and the other good thing is on the week, even though we had a red day today, we are still green on all the accounts. This is today. So today we lost $1 on the one hitchhiker setup account, and we lost $280, $290 on the key level trades, and we had a $200 winner on the 940 trade. And so across all the accounts, we are still green on the week, and that is a huge win. So we're up, small $30 or so on the hitchhiker setup accounts. We're up 250, 260 on the key level trades, and we're up about 280 on the 940 trade. So definitely gave back quite a bit this afternoon, and it is what it is. So let's dive in. I'm not going to go through all the trades. I took quite a few trades. Actually, let's go to TradeZella first. That might be better. So here's today, 349, only a 42% win rate, but the average win to loss was definitely a lot better, 1.23. Average winner was 74, average loser was 60. But yeah, we just, we're still green on the week. We're still green on the month. So I'm happy about that. My big goal right now is to stay green for the month. Let's keep this in the positive. Keep these red days when we have them, keep them small. And since I've split these out from here forward, we have had, a 375, a 471, a 100, a 350. So we've had smaller red days, which is a big win. We've had a couple of nice days. Monday or Tuesday was a really nice day, 3,300 in profit, almost 1,400 here last Monday. And then we had a really small day, and then a $700 day. So again, just keeping it in perspective and not letting this red get too big. That is a big win, and I want to really try to keep it that way as much as possible. I'm sure at one point we're going to have a big red day, but let's just keep it in perspective. So again, despite a couple back-to-back small red days, keeping it in perspective and trying to stay positive on, keeping the general consensus, keeping things green and keeping the head on straight. So that was the big win for me today. 940, I want to talk about that specific trade. That's the one I have here. I was not crazy about it at all. I'm gonna have to kind of pull it over here so we can see it. So this morning we opened right here, had this big wick up. We started falling apart, and I thought this candle was green. So this is the candle that decides which way the trade goes on the 940, and it was green. And so I initially thought, well, this is not going to trigger. There's no way we're going to get back up here. But we did turn the corner here and went to a green candle here on the 938, and we opened the 940 on a green candle. And so I took that long. And because of the way this had started to fall apart, I decided, I quickly hit my first profit target at 10 points. I say quickly, by the close of that candle, the next candle, somewhere in here, I hit it. And at that point, I said, I'm going to manage this trade. I'm not going to let this thing fall apart, because I kind of was afraid that it was going to fall apart. So I actually started to move my stops. I took my second target at around 15 points, and my third one I took at around I want to say 20 to 22 points maybe. And then I did move my stop up on the last one. So I basically just quickly moved myself into profit so it wouldn't fall apart. And I'm really glad I did, because at that point, this thing completely tanked. So very happy that I decided to manage that. That was very wise. Now let's move to, we'll go through the key level. Yeah, we'll do the key level ones next. I'm not going to go through every one of these. So I got a little aggressive on this big move down. I was looking for this to hold, kind of got fake there. I kept my stops pretty tight, took a small loss, another small loss. And then on this trade here is where we made it back and we got ourselves really nicely in the green. After we kind of touched this low and started to push back out, and this looked like it was holding, and I decided to go along with a tight stop and had a nice winning trade there. I think I was out, I forget the points it was. Oh, I could look at it here, about 22, 1, 22, about 40 point trade there. 70 bucks, 150, almost $200 trade there. And that brought these accounts in. I think I was up about 80 per account. And that's where we should have ended it. And then the undoing was the rest of the afternoon session, kind of around lunchtime, and then a couple trades are in the afternoon. And I just simply gave that back. Here, looking for this to hold, to push, it fell apart. Same thing happened here. I entered in twice, did get one profit target there, but ultimately fell apart. Just this nasty chop zone. And then right here, I caught a little short. And then I tried, this looked like it was just going to be a break and retest, and it was going to fall apart, and it didn't. Again, tight stop, but it wasn't lost nonetheless. And then right here, I had a pretty bad loss. This again, I told myself here in the afternoon, I need to stay away from longs. After this, I told myself I need to stay away from longs until we get above VWAP and get above this 22,100 level. And I did. We had this move up, and so I placed a buy order right here, and I thought, well, if this pulls back to this wick, I want to get in because it's probably going to test this and go long. Well, it tested it, kind of dilly-dallied around and fell apart. So I took a pretty big loss there. And that was a frustrating trade, but again, it was not, I should have just waited until I got confirmation that it is holding and then go long. So that was my mistake. And then on the last one, then we pushed back out of here, and I really just kind of, in a sense, panicked. I totally chased this. I saw this move happening, and I was like, I didn't have the nerve to jump in here, and I should have. Really, in a sense, this was the trade to take, but at this point in the day, it is what it is. But I jumped in and it just wouldn't go, and I finally just killed that trade. I was not happy with myself for jumping in, and that I said I have to walk away. I have to walk away at that point. And then we ultimately did finally, push out of this. But this really, honest, I wish I would not have traded at all after the morning session, after about 11 o'clock. Because this was just not very good price action, and shame on me for doing that. But on the hitchhiker setups, those accounts, I took less trades. We're not going to go through every one of them, but in detail, caught a little short here at the bottom, and then caught a little hitchhiker long setup here, another one right here, a little loss right there, a small little winner. And then took another nice little winner here. Actually, that was a pretty decent winner to bring the accounts back into profitability. Where was the big loss? Big loss was right here. I had a big loser. That was the mistake. Yes, I remember that now. That was the big mistake of today, is going in here with, I think I was in with 2 or 3 contracts and took a full stop out there for 80 bucks. So that was kind of a frustrating trade. And then the ones that I made profits on, I was in with like 1 or 2 micros and really did not get much. So it was, I dug myself a hole with that trade and then had to work my way out slowly but steadily. So anyway, that's the day, and we're going to have to live with it. Again, it is a small red day, and that's what I'm taking to the bank. And we are still green on all the accounts for the week. That's a big win. Now, let's look at what happened today. So we've been talking about, this possibly kind of refueling for a push higher. Obviously, that didn't necessarily happen, although we did pull way back. I think the picture is a little bit more clear on ES. On ES, we've had this big level. I may not have talked about it, but we've had this big level down here at the 100s for quite some time. And if you look here, this has been pretty big. Let's change this to a 30-minute chart. We might be able to see a little bit better. On the 30, you can see how this area has been a pretty big area right in here. This especially right in here, we really held this strongly and we pushed out of it rapidly back in the middle of February. And so the expectation was if we fall below the 6120s, then this is going to be a rapid drop. And that's exactly what occurred today. So we pulled down into this 100 area and then pushed back out. And I kind of felt like today, and when this thing was dropping, after we lost this, I felt pretty sure we're going to get down to the 100s and then rebound from there. And so that's exactly what happened. And that really corresponds with this on the NQ. Obviously, the 100s would be technically somewhere here, possibly here, so to speak, but we pulled into these major levels and then pushed back out of it. So my curiosity now is, does this, let's go to the 15-minute, does this 100 level hold? I kind of made that gold because that was the area today that I was really looking for, and we fell right through it. I was initially, on this initial drop this morning, I was really looking for this to hold, and we just fell right through it. And then that's when my bias turned, and I said, all right, we're looking for the ES, we're looking for the ES 6100 area, and that's when we'll go back up. So, oops. So the question now really is, does this reclaim here and continue to push upwards, or does this area become a resistance area and push us back down? So those are the kind of the things. If we reclaim here, then we look at longs. If we fall apart here and this pushes back down under the 100, then we start looking for more of a short bias for tomorrow. So that's the thesis. That's where we're at. But yeah, is what it is. Moving on to a new day. And also just a heads up, Apex did extend their sale, the habitual sale extenders. They actually haven't for quite some time. It's been a while since they've extended the sale, but they did extend that 80% off sale through March the 4th. So take advantage of that. Again, code BCT gets you the best deal there with Apex and Take Profit Trader. And just again, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel and following along. And tomorrow's Friday, so hopefully we can have a good positive day and wrap up green week and continue this green trend that we've been on. So trade well tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a good day, and we'll have another update for you hopefully tomorrow afternoon. Take care, and so long.